In this video, let's get down to basics, understand what Babel is and why it's useful. Let's begin. In June 2015, a landmark version of JavaScript, officially known as ECMAScript 2015, was released. With it came a slew of new and exciting features for developers. Ever since then, every year a new language standard is announced. At the time of recording this video, ECMAScript 2021 is the most recent standard. While JavaScript continues to evolve, it does require equivalent support from target environments. A target environment is where your code will run, such as a web browser or within Node.js. In either cases, support for ECMAScript features is always uneven and does not keep pace with the release of the language standard. This is a problem for you, the developer, because in order to use a newer language feature, you have to check if it's compatible with your target environment. In the case of web browsers, it is very difficult to predict because every user has access to a different version of popular browsers, and you can never be sure if your code will run properly or not. A possible solution is to write code in a newer syntax using all the latest bells and whistles of the language and then compile down the code to a version of JavaScript that is universally supported across all major browser versions. This way you get to work with the best of JavaScript and still ensure your code runs everywhere. This also means that you get to experience features that haven't yet reached the final stage in the development lifecycle. Making all this happen is Babel, an open source JavaScript compiler that is part of almost every development pipeline that you'll come across today. Technically, it is a toolchain that ingests your code featuring modern JavaScript and outputs code that is compatible with a set of target environments. The beauty of Babel is that it is fully configurable, so you can adjust the nature of your target environment and everything else is taken care of automatically. Babel will transform your code into widely compatible code. And Babel will also provide access to the newest features of the language even when they are just a proposal. This is because Babel works closely with the TC39 committee to make this happen, as it lets developers use a feature while it is being evaluated to get real user feedback before the committee actually considers implementation in the language standard. Overall, as a developer, you can concentrate on learning and writing modern JavaScript and let Babel do the rest and ensure compatibility with your target audience or environment. Babel can actually work with a lot of mediums. For instance, for simple prototyping and test, we can actually use it directly in an HTML file. Babel also provides a CLI, which we'll also see in this module, which allows you to compile your code base using the command line. You can also integrate Babel into your Node.js project, and when working with module bundlers, Babel forms an essential part of the setup. Babel is also integrated with other toolchains. For instance, React developers use the Create React app, a specialized toolchain that enables them to comfortably develop React applications. Babel forms an integral part of this toolchain and is tightly integrated within. So how exactly does Babel work? Well, the first thing that Babel does is it reads and parses your code. Parsing is a way to read and analyze code. Once Babel parses and understands your code, it converts it into an abstract syntax tree or an AST. An AST is a tree-like representation of your code structure. For instance, a variable assigned to a literal value gets converted to a JSON-like structure that you see on the right here. Within this tree, you can see nodes, their types, and other critical data. Babel uses this tree to then implement transforms, which analyzes and converts your code into its replacements. On a side note, ESLint also works in the same fashion by parsing your code into an AST, analyzing and then raising the errors or warnings or even replacements. This approach means that anyone can write plugins for Babel and customize the behavior of transformation. This is particularly useful if you wish to parse incoming code in a specific manner for a project. For instance, React developers use a templating syntax known as JSX. Babel transforms this into a set of JavaScript functions which then do the actual work. The benefit of this is to the developer. You write code in a format that you understand, using the latest and coolest features, and Babel does the dirty work of turning it into code that all browsers or target environments understand. Looking to level up your JavaScript skills? There's a whole world of knowledge waiting for you to explore, and we hope what we have lined up for you at KnowledgeHut Upgrad will expand your interest and help you discover all that JavaScript has to offer. With our outcome-based immersive learning approach, we are fundamentally disrupting the way new age technologies are learned. You'll get to learn, practice, assess, gain insights on your learning, and personalize your learning journey on our easy-to-navigate AI-powered skill-building platform, Prism. Stay tuned for more such videos and explore more about how you can equip yourself with immediately demonstratable in-demand skills that will help you get job ready. And don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon to get notified so you don't miss out on our upcoming videos.